Here.
Okay, I'll sit here. Oh, Davey's sitting here now. Oh, there's Davey there. I'll sit here then. You sit there, too.
Right at the back.
Oh, well, I'll sit at the back.
What's that?
I'll sit. Nick scarf.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I've got about 20 pens and I'm using it to discover the
I think it's just afternoon. Yeah, it's just no £5. I didn't pay
The printed on it.
just really.
Carlo, you have to go to the interpreter for me. Okay? There's the English people here and Italian people and everybody was coming partners don't know what's going on.
Do you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I was calling people to a machine or one calling with them.
You take minutes.
What she's doing.
Not to get outside.
Well, let's get it done so we can get back outside to work. We're all here. Are we? She is,
I brought some of them.
All the sensible ones are outside.
Yeah.
Just do it. A minute. Started.
Pat, you want me to get inside?
Carol.
What about Archie, you see? I'm just wondering if there's anything else we can know.
Archie.
Archie's wandering about somewhere. There's still 2 or 3 seats in here, so you might come in and just leave.
Pat's here, so just... We'll wait till Archie comes in. They'll not be long, will they?
No, he's away to get petrol for the lawnmowers.
Was the way out? Oh, I didn't realise that.
Too good a day to waste any time. I think they're... Is that, who's that? Davey? Garland?
You just get started then? Right. Okay, welcome everyone. First meeting of the year. Our last meeting was at the AGM and just looking at some of the notes and things from there and previous meetings, just to try and acquaint myself what we were supposed to have been doing over the last while. Rules. Does everyone have the up-to-date set of rules for the what? Has anybody here not got them?
That was the ones we got at the last meeting.
How up to date are they? What's the date of the up to date ones?
So the ones we gave out at the last AGM.
Well, Scott got them, yeah.
Hey, do choice.
There's still a seats now.
Okay, right. We'll start with money. Right.
Well, I have got...
Do you want me to do it? Because I've got
Right.
a note, so that keeps us all right with that. Okay, we'll still get a few events still to come in, obviously, but total, hang on to get my glasses out, guys. Sorry about this. 2 seconds. Got it all here. Right. Okay. In total, we have at the moment in the bank, because most of it, as you know, is cash. But obviously people that have paid cheques, at the bank balance at the moment is £315.52. The direct debit for the water rates is £23 a month still. It's gone down and it's stayed at that. So that comes off by direct debit. We've paid Scottish Allotment and Gardens £55 cheque. And just for everybody's information, that covers us for public liability if we're members, and it's £1 a member that we pay.
Right.
So that's been paid for this year, and in the petty cash we have £205.20. So the total we have as a balance of cash is £1,215.52 at today's date. Now, bearing in mind that there's a lot of people now that were the people that were members that had loans that are now having it deducted from the rent.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got a list here of all the rents that have been paid to date. Anything else you want to ask me on that side of things? One thing I'd like to ask is, should we just now start banking the cash money that's paid? Because currently we've just been banking the cheques. So are we all happy to have the money put into the bank now?
I would assume that would have been done automatically anyway.
In the Bellahouston's name.
Should have not been paid
Yeah, we
into
do
the bank all
that.
the time.
Yeah.
But should the cash now get paid into the bank? That's what I'm asking.
Of course.
Yes, yeah.
Right, because remember that was something that we didn't want to do in the past.
Have I heard of that?
Is there a reason? Because you want to float or something?
Well, the reason was, if you try to remember, was we didn't want to have any money into the bank because if we had any carry on with John McDonald and that, if we had to go to a lawyer, they would want to know if we had money in the bank. So we couldn't. Plus people who want their money back, loan, want it in cash quite a lot.
Well, we'll just pay it to them then.
But if it's in the bank,
It's in the bank.
is there a problem getting it back out the bank?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So it should be in the bank in the interim, should it? It should be banked until we need it.
And get the picture interest in it.
Well, what we're hoping to do now is to start building in that, because if everybody's happy to keep getting the rents deducted, it's a matter of building up a bank account then, for whatever we need.
So do you have a list of who has not paid, which is more important?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I would like to know that because I'm fed up wandering around this place seeing people who have obviously
Right.
just doing nothing in
I
their
understand
plots.
that, Alan. The other thing I was going to, just while we're bringing this up, everybody knows, can we set a date today for the AGM? And people that want to pay by cheque can pay a post-dated cheque if they want, because I don't really want to be phoning around again next year looking for payments from people, and it's harder over the winter because over the winter not everybody's down all the time.
Right.
So if we could make a note that if anybody wants to pay by cheque, fine, post-date it for the date of the AGM, or give it to me before the AGM, or on the day of the AGM.
First Sunday in
And
October.
if anybody wants to
you
pay up
have-
their money, first Sunday in October we go for.
I don't work
Yeah,
out what day
well.
that is, but
And if everybody's kind of clear on that, and also for people that want to pay up, start paying up before, it's quite easy to do that.
right.
Because obviously during the summer a lot of us here. The other thing is I'd like to suggest that all members of the committee get a receipt book so that anybody can pay a member of the committee.
Right.
And that would also help.
Well, put it this way, I mean, if it's supposed to be paid before or on the AGM, there shouldn't be any problem.
No, it shouldn't.
No, that's
I mean,
good.
I thought we were giving them a month.
That was it, I know, and now it's now,
Well, why are we
month in the
talking
road.
about that?
Exactly.
Have we got many, Carol?
And that would solve it. Not too many, no. There's just obviously people with balances outstanding as well. So will I just run down? Okay, look, the blanks are June, Conway at the moment. Now, I've got blanks obviously with the rent deducted people. John Gardner, George Kerr, and Gillian Joyce, and obviously the Haggertys haven't been seen, but they've got loans, so that's obviously maybe something we're going to discuss today between all the members. Ida's still got a balance, or Ida and Elford have still got a balance. They paid £20 so far, but they are paying it up. So, and just one of the new people, Tam McKenna, who's just started last week, so he's paid for a fee.
Right.
I've got a
We could maybe
question for
mention
the
to
Hangman
about the
committee.
new people as
See the
well.
money that's in the bank, how many people's going to get paid off that?
We usually pay about 4.
4.
Well,
So can I ask how many people have still to be paid?
13.
13. It was 13 and a half last year.
No,
Exactly,
I
well,
will
that was
not
the
pay
end of
them
the
for this
AGM, so we haven't paid anybody since then,
Nobody.
obviously.
Are we,
Still 13.
but I thought it was agreed at the AGM that all the current members are happy to have their loan deducted.
No, I'm not, because...
Alright, you want your money back?
If you're taking 240, right, how many years is you going to pay the rent off that? It's going to take 7 or 8 years. You might not be here 7 or 8 years.
Right, well Pat, that's fine, that's what we said. If you want your money, you can have it.
Well, I'll take my money out.
Right, well you can have it today if you want.
Take it today, eh?
Right, okay, there you go. Is that okay with everybody?
Yeah, so we got that was what our agreement was though.
If anybody didn't
You know,
want
there
it,
was
they could
people who
come
wanted
forward.
it just paid off their rent. Actually, I don't like the idea of it being paid off their rents because people from that point of view then just seem to think they can do what they like with their plot and we can't touch them.
That shouldn't exclude you for the rules of the plot.
No, I know, and that's why I want to bring this up. But there are people who just seem to think that because they get their money paid and it's off some loan somewhere, that they can just do as they want.
Well, if you feel that, Alan, then you could maybe pay the people what they're
Well,
owing,
that's
and then
what,
you have that.
I think that's
We
where
could
we
all
have to
pay
address
so-
it.
It's only an option, that's all.
I want
I
to-
just agreed to that because it was easier for everybody concerned. I don't particularly care one way, but it doesn't matter to me one way or another. If you want to give me
Well,
one, I'll pay you back.
that's what we had agreed
That's
during
what
last year.
happened
I can't remember
at the
exactly
AGM.
the AGM. I think it was at the AGM, wasn't it?
It was the AGM.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
agreed
it.
if somebody didn't pay their plot, basically they were going to be out.
Oh, well, that's the rules.
That's it.
That's the rules.
If somebody doesn't pay their plot and you're going to pay them out, you say, just a minute, you owe me £240.
Well,
So it'd be
that's
better
okay.
to give them the £240, right, start paying your bill then. Wouldn't it? Anybody else? I don't know if anybody's taken that approach or that idea. I don't
Well,
know.
Pat's the only one that's actually asked us for his money back.
Right.
But we might have issues with trying to get the problem areas addressed to give them their money back this year as well. So would that be right?
How many would be owed money and also be a problem? How many are we talking about?
Well, there's the two Haggerty boys and
Is that one plot or two plots?
Two plots.
two plots.
Okay, how
So
many?
that's two owes.
Two. How many others?
And I think we're going to address. Who
Well,
else are we
basically,
addressing
I
today?
mean, roughly, so we got
um,
an idea of how many.
Charlie, he's got 2.5 plots, which he very self he's not
That's
really
right,
working,
and
and he's
not
wanting
working on
deducted
anything,
from the money the money that
He's owed.
he's owed. Which means that, as the same, that's the scenario you're talking about. He's been asked several times to pick one of the plots that he can't work, like the back one, and he's categorically
Well, it's not his decision, that's the
Exactly.
point. It's not his decision. In fact, that was one of the things I was reading, right, at our last AGM, right, in the meeting just before it, right, here we are. Charlie keeping 38B and 39, giving up plot 40, and the 38B and 39 were to be worked. And that was before the AGM, and so that would have been, I think that was just a quick meeting we had a couple of weeks before the AGM. And that, so that was September, and here we are in April, and there's not a single thing done to these plots. There's an area about the size of this table has been dug over in the bottom plot, 2 of them that size, and that is it.
A few of them like that and all, just that tubs that you start putting them.
It's not been dug over, it's not been turned over, they created a big mound of rubbish, and it's still a big mound of rubbish.
Right, well, do we don't want to address that just now and just...
Well, that's, I
make a
do,
decision on
I
that,
think
get
I want,
that done.
these were the 4 plots, shall we say, that I want to
Another thing we're going to actually
sort
see,
out a bit, because it's
see
just...
this idea of putting carpets and all in the plots.
Excuse me, we're still on this, Archie.
Right.
Okay, so we're talking about 4.5 plots there, aren't we? The 2.5 and 2 for the Haggertys, yeah? And they need paying, but they're not working them or whatever.
Well,
They've
people
got balance
with loans.
outstanding. Okay. We talked about 13 outstanding in total. That leaves what, another 9 or so, does it? Another 9.
Plot members.
Is there issues with those other 9 as well? Are there other?
No,
those other 9 are
just
being
obviously
worked?
Pat's come forward saying
No, I
he
think
wants
they're
money back,
They're all
so...
okay.
Yeah.
Archie and I walked round the plots this morning, I had to go round.
Well, and Pat makes 5 if Pat's to be paid back. So in that case, I mean, we surely got enough funds to clear, more or less clear the 5, haven't we? And
Yeah,
then we can
how do
deal
you
with
want
those
to go
issues.
about this? And
That's how I would like
to
it done.
Charlie and just
Yeah.
give him it back and then...
Yeah, because his won't be a full one, because for 2 years now he's been...
That's right,
He's
did
had his rent off his for a couple of
that's
years
right.
now, so his will be under 200 I would think for each plot.
yeah.
Even if it works out 200, it's
Well,
£1,000, is
you
it?
work
But
out
that's-
exactly, it's 75 for this year and
Right.
last year he did
Right.
1250, so it's 50, so that's 125 off
Yeah.
2 plots.
Yeah, well, that's nothing really,
So,
is it?
no.
To get them to deal with the issues, get them out of the way.
So it's a small balance really if Charlie's given up one of the plots.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he has the option. It's not his choice to
I know
what
that
he's
I
doing.
thought we made
Janet
a
spoke to him
decision, it has to get
independently,
up.
and
Last
I
year.
spoke to him independently. I don't think you've had the chance
No, I
to
haven't
speak to
seen
him
him.
yet, Alan, right? But and we did ask him, and he's come back with the fact that he doesn't want to he's put too much work into the buildings that are on it.
Aye.
So I think we just have to
It
cross
doesn't,
his hands
that
and
doesn't
say,
matter, does it?
No.
It
no.
doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat when you build on your plot. If you
That's
don't work
right.
it, it
So we just
doesn't
have
matter.
to all make a decision, agree that that's the case now.
Well, can we have maybe a show of hands?
Uh-huh.
So we're all
Yeah.
together in it. Are we happy enough with the idea that we're going to work with the idea that we're going to pay off the Haggerty one so we can deal with that issue, those 2.5, and Pat's going to get his money. Is everyone happy with that
Can I
idea?
just ask how exactly
Do
we're
we know where
going
we are?
to do the Haggerty's one? Who's going to do it? And
Oh,
how
Well,
we're gonna-
okay, they're owed a sum of money. Okay, whether or not they agree to accept the sum of money, we can put it
Doesn't matter.
aside and they can be issued a cheque or whatever. But as a principle, we're going to be paying them and then saying, you
But
know,
there's no problem here because that plot belonged to the guy's wife. It's no Haggerty's self.
Doesn't matter whose it is. They're ours. They're not.
No,
They're not anybody's plots. That's the
Who
only
we
point.
gonna
They're
pay the money
association
to?
plots.
But who we
That's
going to
the
pay the money
people's.
to?
His wife thinking.
His wife.
Doesn't matter
Send
who.
a cheque to the wife.
I like
Right.
it would matter because
Well, in that
the wife
respect, yeah.
gets it. The
Yeah.
wife gets nothing in it.
Right. Okay.
So I think the wife should get
Next
the
of
money.
kin should get it.
Right. Well, take
Same,
that back.
same as Angusina, John McInnes's wife. She's wanting her money now. So there we go. There's people that's left, that's died, and they want their money back. I mean, where do we get the money from if we've only got this and that?
no. Well, how many? We said we've got 13 in total. We're dealing with those. We can promise to pay her in October, can't we? When we get the next lot of money, and she can be first in the next line, can't
Yeah.
And then there's Jim.
And then you can
He's
say
totally
clearly,
paid.
okay, well if we know who's going to be paid in October, we know what's going to be happening with the next lot of money
fine.
and the amount of it. And then we can make promises then, say, you know, in October we're paying 5 off, these are the 5 that are going to be paid and you'll be paid in October. We could do that, could we?
I think that's the best way.
But we could actually say to them, and that may make it,
That's if everybody comes across with their money.
well,
Well, if they don't, they're out.
They're out.
And we get somebody in that's paying. That's the thing. You don't worry about that. I think that's been half the battle. People have just turned up, paid money, and then disappeared for a year, and then turned up again, and then that's and they just
Well,
you know.
we got plenty of time.
people
We got plenty of time before October to get procedures in place where everyone's going to be
Well, I am.
paying in October.
That
we
was-
got 5
tried that
meetings
last
before
time.
that.
One thing I would.
Everybody should pay up front anyway before
Aye,
the day.
aye.
It's a lot easier if
It's
we
your
just
rules that you're
if we
meant
gave
to
it with
put
a
on
paying
the
slip and all walked into the bank.
Yeah, I think
I'm bored with doing it.
AGM, and there was a note up there in front saying MD wishing to pay beforehand, which was quite long to pay it up.
Can I say, I think that's a really good idea.
Make up 30 quid.
For those of us who want to pay the money straight into the bank account, give them a
Some
paying
people have
slip,
been paying
you
and
know.
not coming back.
Yeah.
If you want to get them dribbling dabs, you can't.
Well, I.
But it's easier then for like, all you need to do is just take somebody off. I mean, it saves the kind of, everybody knows their kind of dates due.
When you take on
It's very easy. If all the money paid in one date goes paid into the bank, but for anybody that can't manage, I'll give them a pay slip, no problem, that's
It's a lot of
no
money. And when you want to get rid of dribbling dabs,
But it's
have a
keeping a
stop
track
to
as
do
well.
that.
I think
Right.
No, it just goes on the account, you just take it off.
Can I
You name
also?
the person.
Can I also say, right, I think we've decided what we'll do there. The bank account thing we'll think about for another time maybe, but I think that's probably a good idea to think about that. People that can, because not everybody maybe has a bit of account, so we can pay in. But the other thing is, just to remind people, if you want something to be raised at the AGM to change the rules, right, it's got to be presented at some point before the AGM, right? You know, so that you cannot just turn up at AGMs and say, I want this done, and we vote on it. These will be presented, say, I would think, August, to give people 2 months. And then
When is the AGM in October?
October. And that has caused problems because people don't turn up, and then turn up at the AGM and then want things done, having not given anybody any notice to think about, you know. You're supposed to have them proposed and seconded. That we had to spend a lot of time getting these rules sorted out because we did change a few of them to suit. No, the basic ones about growing and stuff like that are general through all allotments. But other bits and pieces are a wee bit different for different allotments. So some of these rules, you know, just had a slight change.
Basically the rules of the plots and you keep the bloody place tidy when you grow it.
Are we getting back to the show of hands that we're just about to do? Because we're drifting off that.
Right, so this is for paying off these ones early. Right, the ones we talked about there. That's Charlie's and the Heaney's, the Haggerty's and Pat. Right.
So that's fine.
So right, let's have a show of hands up. 4. Okay, well that is a very strong majority. So we'll just right.
So that's likely to leave 8 outstanding, is that right, Carol, roughly? We had started with 13 outstanding, not got 5.
You can put some money in the bank, you should just pay off your debts. That's surely the wisest thing to do, irrespective of where the money came from.
That's it. But it's time to get the money in. When you get rid of them, grabs a hell of a hard thing.
No, what I'm saying, the money you've got.
I think
That was in 8? 9, 8?
Yeah.
8, is that right? 8 outstanding.
it's either going to be 8 or 9. I'm not sure if we counted one of them from last year as we were going to do that or not.
It's 8 people paying the rent to pay off one man. His money back. So you only get that there and dribble and grabs. You're going to have a struggle trying to get them done.
Yeah, we just do that. Because people are
not gonna
making
take long.
a big issue. I mean, 3 years ago we had 30 odd people to pay off.
Yeah, you've got to just...
Oh well.
Brilliant. Does that mean
we've been paying off 5 or 6 years for about for the last
2 years, that'll be
3 or 4 years. So
I think it would be helpful if maybe a notice was put up in the wall and saying who's been paid off, just for general, for people's interest, just to know what's happening.
I think that would be a good idea.
Rather than just hearsay, people
And everyone knows we're in
stick a
trouble.
notice up, these plots have been paid.
Excuse me, I was talking to a fellow last night, and we're told to watch every careful. I told you, didn't I? There was our funeral, he met McDonald, who used to be here. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah.
John McDonald. And you could tell him everything's going on down here. And he's got a note, he's holding a book, he's got a book with every kind of and everything else on the meetings down here. And there's somebody here carrying stories back up to him.
Archie, forget about McDonald.
Well done, Pat.
McDonald has got nothing to do with
I know he's got nothing to do with this, but I'm only telling you, there's somebody carrying stories from here up to him.
What is he going to do there?
I know that. I know that's going to happen. I know it's not. I know that for a fact.
Radio, Bellahouston, you know.
Right.
But Fitz's idea that we have a list so we know exactly who these 8 people are, and it could be in here even, could it? Just a
On the wall.
I think we should have it in here.
And it's a wee
List of
statement,
8,
let
pencil
people
them
know
all,
what's going on in the plots.
and then everyone knows, and then there's none of this.
Instead of somebody going up to Jan and saying, oh, that's a lot, that's
I got off the door.
stick a notice up in the door.
We've had this for years, right? Who's been paid off? And we have to keep going back through, and then the week later, who's been paid off? We go back through the list again, and who's been, you know, and you go, wait a minute. People don't even know what's going on, it's finished.
We never need it again. Once we've got a list, the 8 people that are left on there, and that's it, it's done.
I mean, it's all term next year, you change it once a year, that's it, is it not?
Yeah.
Can we have a vote for a list then? On the wall.
Is that okay, Cal?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Sorry.
A list of the people that still has the 8 people. So we've
Put up
got
the wall, Carol.
still outstanding.
Instead of people saying to you, who'd up and arguing or this carry on, just stick it up on the wall. So
If
there's
they
a list.
have them up even in order that they're going to get paid off, then it should
Well,
be
I've
right.
If we were doing this, I was going to say,
Wait a minute.
we put a note up for the
Hang on.
5 that have been paid
Not
this
really to be funny, why don't we just do it and everybody gets a copy of it?
Well, either way,
don't know what it is.
I don't really think we need to stick it up on...
Alright, okay, we'll
Save you doing
get a
copies for everybody, doesn't it? Just one piece of paper.
Just saves you
Statement
cost.
saying
Cost
plot number
Who's
such.
going
Don't
to be
need
paid this
anybody's
year
name.
and who's still to be paid.
Paid off.
I don't think you could put an order because somebody might, like, come along and say, well, I want my money, so we don't know. But if
No.
we're saying we're going to make the commitment to
But-
that woman who's
Yeah.
going to be getting
Yeah.
the money
Yeah.
next,
Yeah.
you're saying that we're sitting at the same meetings
Yeah.
every time, who's still to get paid, who wants paid, who's
Aye.
dead and who's to get
Aye.
the money. And
I think that's just stops
so we've got a
that.
clear,
hopefully.
we've got a clear
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
a clear
Yeah.
plan of who we're going to pay.
Because there's
I mean,
people
basically, we
who have been paid that I've never seen, and some others as well, because they left the plots before we joined, but they had paid money. So we've paid people we haven't, that we haven't actually seen.
But only people
know,
that came forward, darling, I mean...
I know that, yeah.
that
But we have paid.
technically they paid, but we don't know who they are, we don't have addresses, nobody seems to know who they are. It could come out of the woodwork, but it's highly unlikely.
Is that on
that
top of these? Is that on
Aye,
top of these?
but we've pretty much agreed that they're
The
not going to
chances
be
of them
part of the
coming
list.
back.
How many?
To be honest, David, legally, from a legal point of view, we don't need to pay these
No,
people back.
no, no.
If they did come out the woodwork, but if they did, then it's our decision whether we pay them or not,
Okay.
as a gesture of
I think
goodwill.
you would.
So,
I think you would have to pay them.
How?
If they're showing a payment card that they paid,
but Pat,
that's a receipt.
Pat, not me,
What I've got.
Pat, not me to be funny, but where are these people then? They don't
But
exist.
that's not the
They
point.
would have come forward first.
The point is, if they've got a receipt
Well-
that they paid £240 in here, it doesn't really matter. It's still legally binding by us to pay it back.
No,
I think they
actually,
needed to
Actually, it's not legal
it's not,
binding
Pat,
for us
it's
to
not
pay
legal.
back, but
After
we
6
probably
years,
would pay it
after
back.
6 years, it's not legal, but we probably would, as a gesture of
Depends how many
goodwill.
years left to plot, then
If these people had wanted
But
the
that's
money,
the
they'd be here.
If it's
They'd be
right
right
so many years, you don't have to pay them back.
Anyway, that's
It's not
speculation, and there's no point. We
It's on
could
the
talk about that for
Yeah,
another
give me
100
the
years.
notice
Yeah.
statement.
irrelevant.
Right.
Then,
So-
instead of people asking
We'll
people
put,
about it,
right,
it's there.
vote for the list. I think the best idea is just to put the list up in here, and then if anybody wants to
Aye.
come to a meeting, you can see it.
It's open. It's
It's
open.
another one, right? So who's for that?
Yeah.
Right, I'm for that.
So, okay, all outstanding debtors on the list. That's great. Okay.
Abstain from all voting.
You're just sitting on the fence, so
Just sitting.
Right, Archie and I had a wee wander around the plots as we did before the AGM.
Tidied up before the...
And apart from Charlie's and the 2 rubbish tips that are in the plots, I mean, we've even got ones up at the far end there are now being worked. Plots are, in my recollection, there's more plots being worked at the moment than there has been for a good number
I
of
left them
years.
potatoes in the day. The last man,
I gave them potatoes this
That's right,
morning.
he's put them in the day.
Right. But I was wondering, now where are we in this? Aye, see this one here?
I reckon we would do a plot after that.
There's trees sort of bounded up about here and that, right?
That's what you plot was.
And
Yeah.
and I think you could get that one used. I know there's rubbish on this bit here.
This
but I
is the
think
one
that-
where the trees are actually, number 12 there. That's
Aye,
12, listed
number
as 12. No, 11's
Now you
where I am.
plot.
Yeah, next to me is the area where the trees and that are.